So today I am going to show you how to can peaches. You only need 3 ingredients, and that is water, sugar, and peaches. It is actually super easy, and this is my first time canning peaches, but I thought it was so easy to do that I decided just to do it. I am 3 weeks postpartum, so I do have a newborn with me, and I have 4 other kids. So if I can do it, you can do it. I bought my peaches from a local farm stand out here in Georgia. I literally got my peaches out in Georgia. And this was the last week that the farm was going to have them available because they're starting to dwindle out. So I knew that I had to can these peaches even if this baby is still little. So I hope you enjoy this video and I hope you find it helpful, and let's get started. I've got my peaches right here. I have a few giant ones. I'm not gonna make a whole lot, but I'm gonna see what I can get from these peaches. I do have this one that's beginning to rot. So I think I'm gonna just cut that off and use the rest of it because it still looks good-ish. First thing we're gonna do is rinse out our peaches. They're very heavy, so I don't wanna stack up too many, and they're getting really ripe. And at the bottom of the peach, I'm going to mark an X on it. Just a small X, and that should help me peel it. Okay, next I'm gonna pop them in this boiling water for about 30 seconds. This will help their skins peel off much easier. And then we're going to immediately transfer them into this ice bath. See how they peel off so easily this way? I'm gonna just peel all of these peaches and then we'll slice them. Now that we have them all peeled, we're going to slice them, and it doesn't matter how you slice them, it's personal preference. I just kind of cut it down the middle, and I'm going to do slices. I like the classic slices that you find in the grocery store ones. When we lived in Italy, they had the best canned peaches, and they were giant. They were so good. They would cut them only in half, but these peaches are huge. So since these are so big, I might just give them another extra little cut because I have babies, and they're going to want to eat some of these. Here I have all my chopped peaches, and in the oven I have my jars that are sitting in the lowest temperature, which is 175. I did wash them with soap and water, but I just want to keep them in here to keep them warm. And then back here I'm heating up my lids. We're not supposed to boil them, so I am going to just keep an eye and make sure that they don't reach a boil. And so now we're going to make our sugar water. If you want a lighter sugar, you can start with the ratio of 1 cup of sugar to 3 cups of water. But I don't want mine too light, but I also don't want mine as sugary as the store-bought ones. So I'm gonna kind of go somewhere in the middle of that. So I'm gonna do something about like 2 to 2.5 cups of water for every 1 cup of sugar. And you're obviously going to want to double or triple that depending on how much you're canning. I ended up pouring my sugar water into the bigger pot after I removed my lids. It was a little too small for my sugar water, and it needed to boil, and I didn't want it to spill. I removed my cans from my oven, and I'm going to fill them up with the peaches. Thank you so much.
That took so long for me. It was a long. I was like, put the baby to sleep.
Okay, our sugar water is finally boiling. We're going to start filling up our jars. Now we're going to remove the air bubbles by using something like this, or you can use like a butter knife or something like that, and just some of this. And go ahead and add more sugar water if necessary, because that did help bring it down. Now we're going to wipe the rims of each jar with a clean, damp cloth. Baby, don't say right. We're going to add our lids. And you're going to fasten your lids now.
Yeah.
you can make sure they're fingertip tight. They do not need to be super duper tight. Now we're going to transfer our jars and set them inside our canner. I already have some water in there. Now that it has reached a big boil like this, now I can start my timer. I'm gonna put my lid on, and I'm not gonna do like the pressure canning because this is a water bath, but I'm going to start my timer for 20 minutes. And this is 20 minutes for pint jars. I will have a blog post that will give you the different times for the different sizes, so I'll link that below. Okay, it's been 20 minutes now and I removed my lid. I'm going to let them sit for about 5 minutes before taking them out. Once we've brought them out, we are going to just leave them here untouched for about 24 hours. And then after that, we'll do a tester to make sure that they are properly sealed. Okay, so I have my canned peaches up here put away in this cabinet. They passed the test. After you remove the rim thing, you're supposed to tap on here and see if it pops, and if it does pop, then that means that it didn't seal properly. I've also heard you can do this where you just like lift it from the sides a little bit off the counter, and just to make sure that it doesn't come off, and that's it. They can last about 12 to 24 months in the pantry, I believe, but I'll have the blog post linked below with all of the written directions so that it's easier to follow. But always make sure to check like the official tested recipes if you want to double check. Okay, that is all for today's video. I hope this was helpful. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.